But I know this next guy you wanted to talk about, Killian Hayes. He's had a great the last 10 games. He's been doing well. 11 points per game, almost 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 44, 38, 89. Talk to me. This has been strictly ball business.
Strictly ball business.
Strictly ball business.
I like that video.
Shit.
Well, and it's outside of that, he's getting a lot of steals, getting a lot of blocks. Even within the last 5 games, he's had 3 games with multiple steals in the game and with multiple blocks in the same game. So, loving the activeness. Last game, he shot 10 of 13 for his 22 points. And he's really stepped up with Cade being out for now. So, it's kind of funny to see him decide, oh, now I want to be a good player. It's like, oh, they just drafted your replacement, bro. It's, it might not be too late to be a good player and get a good contract elsewhere, I guess. So, good for him. Show what you can do. And hey, he's only 21 years old. So why can't he develop? Maybe it's a matter of we give up on players way too fast in the NBA. Me and you, we were shitting on Killian Hayes ourselves. And a lot of people have been shitting on Killian Hayes, saying last year he was like the worst player in the NBA, period. But hey, why can't you improve from there? I'm willing to give a guy credit when it's due, and it looks like it's due for Killian Hayes. At least for now. You gotta keep it going, though.
Yeah, he's doing well. I think if he plays like this, it's not too late. Yeah, he's 21. I think he has a year left on his rookie contract. A year left on his rookie contract. I mean, I think, especially with how we've seen with Jaden, with Ivy and Cunningham, they've shown that they're semi regular to getting injuries and staying off the floor. Maybe that's the front office being like, hey, any little injury, take him off the floor. We still want to be bad. Maybe it's something like that. But last 10 games he's been doing, he also had a 17 and 11 game. That was pretty nice. They're still losing, and I mean, I don't want, before I bring out the numbers to let everyone down, but he's still. I do think there's a spot for him in this league. I think if he can push out a playmaking defensive type player, there's guys that make their name on that. I mean, let's look at Pat Bev. I mean, even if you're able to spread the floor a little bit better than Russell Westbrook, you should always have a job. So, but as of late, he's making the time, the minutes he's had better, because I do think sometimes that's what it takes, is somebody to draft your replacement to be like, oh, now I got to step up and really put in the work and be a better player sometimes. But he still kind of has a wonky shot. It still doesn't look perfect. It's just kind of going in as of recently.
Yeah. Well, Tyrese Halliburton has an ugly shot.
It's true. Yeah, that's right. Except, that's fair. But Tyrese Halliburton came in and it was working right away, whereas Hayes wasn't working.
Well, maybe it's working now.
Yeah, if it continues to work, great. I'll be the first to be like, you know what? We were wrong. He just needed time. For the record, we weren't wrong at the time. He still was pretty ass at the time. But people like to talk about in the NBA yeah. I mean, people like to talk about now, everyone look at Devin Booker. He's one of the best players in the league. People were talking about his defense. I'm like, well, his defense did suck.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Now it's really good.
Players change. It happens. We just talk about what we see. However, what we were wrong about was we didn't think Killian Hayes could be better than he was, and he is. This is where it is. He's got ahead of us.
I did not think he was going to turn around, and so far it's looking like maybe he can change the way we think about him, but it's a small sample size, and maybe it's a matter of having that confidence with the other guys being out. When Cade is back, is he gonna be shy and timid again? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but the advanced numbers, he still has a bad offensive rating, still has a terrible defensive rating. As bad as I want to talk about it, he has. There's numbers where you're like, it's inflated by a bad team, but he has 120 defensive rating in the last 10 games, which is obscenely bad. I know he plays good on-ball defense, but some team defense, he's still small. He still gets pushed around. He's just not NBA strong yet, and you see him struggle on that end. He still has a bad pace rate. Terrible shooting percentage is still bad. I don't mean to shit on, but it's still there. He still has a lot of work to come through. And you know what gets you paid in the NBA? Consistency. And I want to see it more from him. The last 5 games, he's been great. Keep it up, man. We'll toss it. We'll talk about you. We'll give you your praises on this podcast. But we got to see more of that stuff. It's got to increase. And I know he's on a bad team. Offensive rating is inflated by that. I do think he's a better offensive player than his offensive rating shows. Obviously, his defense. There's aspects about his defense that are better than his rating. But as a whole,
I mean, he's been active on defense. At least he's been getting steals a lot. I think he's averaging about 1.5 steals a game right now.
Yep.
Right now, I mean, I think that's encouraging to see. The size, he needs to get bigger for sure. He's too small right now, and is that just a matter of him being a kid? I don't know. You got to kind of get bigger faster for the NBA. Is kind of the matter of fact. So he's gonna have to spend more time in the gym, I guess. But I think he's got the speed to keep up and get back on defense. Maybe he'll get smarter here. The Pistons just surprised. I think the Blazers the other night. It was a high-scoring game, but overall, I think the Pistons are not great at defense. They've on all aspects. Like Isaiah Stewart's missed a lot of time too. So when he's not playing, they're even worse.
Yeah, I mean, even Isaiah Stewart isn't the best defensive player, but he is their big. I mean, they really don't have any good defensive players. I mean, Sadiq Bey is having a down year. Bogdanovich has never been known as a defensive player. That's not his role. Marvin Bagley, no, he's not a good defensive player. Cunningham's not. Jaden Ivey's not. So they really need more defensive talent too. And Dwayne Casey's never been known as a good defensive coach. So they have a lot of ways to come on that end. I think they're just kind of going for that talent, seeing who they get, and then they're going to start bringing in defensive vets as they go along. They certainly need a hit on a defensive player this next draft, though. Victor?
Yeah.
Victor? Can you say Victor? This team would...
I mean, obviously they'd love the number 1 overall pick. That'd be great.
Again.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think this franchise deserves it. I think they've gone through enough. I'd settle for Victor going here, hanging out with Cade and Ivy. But what do you guys think of Cade? Are we wrong, or has he just been bad, or have we always been wrong? Killian, yeah, sorry. Just comment that below. I want you guys to let us know. But you have anything else on this episode, sir?
No, sir. I think we have strictly talked the ball business.
Right. We have strictly talked ball business. I don't think we've ever not talked ball business. I think we've been very strict on that subject. But I appreciate everyone's patience with us because we just like balls. We like balls. Well, that sounds good. We'll be here next week to comment below. If you guys want us to talk about anything, comment that below. We will talk about the topics that we approve of that you guys comment below.
Yes, we will. And we are ready for more basketball. It's December now. This is where the boys become men. I think you're going to get a real good idea of what these teams really are at this point. Some teams are dealing with a lot of injuries. There's some players that are really slumping. We'll see who turns it around, but it's going to be interesting, man.
Yes, sir, it is. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching. Shit. I know it's